Hello everyone and welcome back to IMO Reviews. Today we are discussing The Boogeyman, directed by Rob Savage and starring Sophie Thatcher, Vivian, Lyra, Blair, David Dastmalchian and Chris Messina. A broken family who are reeling from a recent tragedy find themselves under attack by a disturbing threat. So diving into the positives of The Boogeyman, I do think there's some really solid performances here. Chris Messina always does give a good performance no matter what the material is like, as does David Dastmalchian. But I also think the lesser known cast members also step up to the plate, the child actor included. In fact, I was drawn to the relationship between Sophie Thatcher and Vivian, Lyra, Blair. Their back and forth felt genuine, like there was a real rapport there, and so I did naturally care about them together. I do think some of the scares and the setups to the scares were okay. Not the best thing ever, but they did sometimes keep me on my toes a bit, because sometimes they jumped out of the places that I didn't expect them to. It even has some creepy ideas in its origins and its backstory. They do understand how to set a tone and to put the chills down your spine with just a few select chosen words. And when they do that, it's pretty good actually. It's like reading a scary book before going to bed. It's just a shame that they then throw it all away for Jump Scare City. And that does bring us to the negatives. The lighting in this movie is just so bad. It's too dark too often, and you find yourself asking why the characters aren't turning lights on. Even the daytime scenes feel really dimly lit and frankly lifeless. It isn't visually captivating or interesting. The soundtrack was a little bit goofy with its overly dramatic score mixed in with some really obscure pop songs. It never really felt like a natural fit. The film is made competently with good performances and it's even written quite well, but it's just so drab and boring. It's generic as hell. You are going to feel like you've already seen this movie because you kind of have. It is not doing anything new whatsoever. It is absolutely pulling out every toy and gadget from what is quickly becoming the new horror cliche box. Depressed characters who breathe heavily and take pills or need therapy? Tick. Lots of lifeless talking about most likely childhood trauma whilst foreshadowing the big scary that's coming. Tick. And then bring it all home with lots of ominous quiet moments being quickly disrupted with loud bangs and jump scares. Tick. It's Insidious, it's The Conjuring, it's Sinister, it's any of the above and many, many more. A fairly dull and generic jump scare movie that takes itself a little too seriously and feels like it should have come out about 6 or 7 years ago. So I'm going to give The Boogeyman a 3 out of 10. I didn't hate it, but I certainly didn't like it either. I just sort of nothinged it. I feel like I kind of zoned out at times. I feel like I'd seen it already. If I was tired, I probably would have fallen asleep if I'm being honest. It's just so drab. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please do hit the comment section as well. Have you seen The Boogeyman? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, if you haven't had enough of this crazy ginger, well, you can always click on these suggested videos right here and get yourself lost in an IMO wormhole. But if not, take care, and I look forward to seeing you on the next review.